Welcome back to DBS, of course, and the DFL studio, and I'm with Rob Taylor and Carmy Joseph. Now, every program in April has been a subject requested by at least 5 DFL viewers. Last week, we discussed mental wellness, and this week, we are talking about why St Lucia's musicians display so much talent, but don't excel as well as expected outside of St Lucia. Now, to win some stuff today, you're going to have some really great CDs today. So I'm going to hand over to my guests to actually tell you what the questions are and what it is you're going to win.
Okay.
So Rob?
Okay. So the first question is, name the Jamaican song and the well-known Jamaican artist I collaborated with on this album.
Show it again. On which album?
On this album.
This album.
My latest album. And the second question is, name my last 2 albums, this being one of them.
Complete giveaways. Okay, and Carmy, what are you going to ask, or what are you giving away?
We're giving away copies of the Soca Gold compilation that we did last year. It had not all the songs that came out of the Dutch production Stratosphere Music Studio, but it has a huge amount of the songs. It has all the major hits, both the local and the regional hits, including songs from Mongstar and Mr. Killer from Grenada, Pringles, of course, Marianne, Cupid, Scatty.P. Everybody's on there. So it's a really, really good compilation to have. It's a cross section of music. And the first question actually is, what was the name of the Mongstar song that last year placed 3rd in the Groovy Soca Monarch competition? And the second is, how many court awards did Courtney Cutty Louis win for his work on the Marshall Montano song Jumbie?
Right, so all you music lovers out there, that should be easy
Easy, yeah.
Easy peasy. We expect for you to communicate with us as you normally would do, okay? And don't fret, the prize is here, we're waiting for you, okay? All right, now we're going to talk about, we call it Musical Matters. We're going to talk about what you wanted us to ask, because you actually requested that we did this program. And I just wanted us to find out a little bit more about our guests before we actually get into the meat of the program. So I want to start with ladies first. Carmy, people will look at you and say, what's Carmy Joseph doing here? Number one, this is not HCS. Of course, this is DBS. Yes. Of course, do not adjust your sets. You're in the right place, okay? And of course, I mean, how is it that you're involved in music? Where did that come from?
I have to say, I credit where I was born, first of all. I'm from Onripo, which is in Miku North. And it's a great place because you have all these musical influences there. Sesen is from there. You have quadrille, you have all that stuff. So I grew up surrounded by music, whether it's country music or reggae or calypso or whatever. But so I've always loved music. I still really, really love music. And the opportunity to partner with Courtney Louis on his music label, Stratosphere Music, was just too good to pass up, because it was a chance to work with a producer that I really, really respect, and I think he's super, super talented, and to help a lot of artists in St Lucia who could really, really use it. And they're so great. I mean, when you're in the studio with these guys 3, 4 in the morning working on a track, it's the feeling of family and community that they have become my other family besides my journalism family. So it's a great chance to contribute to something that I really believe in.
Okay, and you'll tell us more about your contribution a little bit later, because I'm sure it has its pluses and its minuses, and frustrations, especially when you're trying to push something that's really, really good and it's just not getting anywhere.
It's not getting where you want it to go.
Yeah. Okay, great. And Rob, I mean, you've been around in the St Lucian landscape and doing what you do so well for a very long time. But I mean, tell us more about, you know, Rob Zai the man. I mean, where does Zai come from?
Well, Zai, funnily enough, it's a question I get asked quite a lot. It came from a logo, which I will show you. And it's actually a saxophone that I used to doodle on my book in high school. You know, when you're really not paying attention to the teacher and you're scribbling on your book. And I always used to do it. And anytime I sent a card or wrote a letter, I would sign my name and put this little saxophone. And then back in 1996, I was playing with Amate. I'd been playing with Amate for 3 years at that point. And I came home after a gig one night, and something just possessed me to take a marker and just scroll this saxophone the same way I do it on my wall. And I did it, and I sat back, and I just, apart from seeing the saxophone, I just saw the word Zion, and it kind of was a very trippy moment. And from that point, really, I just adopted for myself the name Zai on sax, because it was a Zai on sax, and and that's where it came from. So if you want to see now the logo, it's actually on my arm.
Okay,
Just for the camera, this is it. So this is what I've always used to draw, and it's a Z-I-O-N. So
okay, because when you said Zion, I thought, well, is that to do with your religion?
The religion,
you know, especially you're loxed and so on.
Right.
But that would have happened before you were loxed, I would have assumed. The actual.
It was actually just about when I was starting to lox my hair. Actually, I've had my dreadlocks now for about.
Why?
16 years.
Why? Why would you
do that to your hair?
Yeah, do that to your hair.
Well, you know, it's what obviously we're going to get into talking about. Really, it's about being a musician, being an artist. It's not just about your music; it's about your image. It's about how you're seen. It's about standing out. And you know, a white guy living in the Caribbean playing saxophone with dreadlocks is quite
pretty
unique.
unique.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
definitely.
so that's really what it's a part of. And I'm not, to be honest, a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. I don't particularly believe in any one set religion. I think most religions are based on love, and that's what it should be about. And there's a lot to take from a lot of different religions. So, in not in too much depth, at least not at this point. I've studied so many religions, but I do read the Bible, and I'm a very spiritual person. I pray and I meditate a lot, and so that's what it's about. Really, it's not really about the religion.
Where were you born?
I was actually born in England.
Okay.
In the north of England. I'd been coming out to St Lucia since I was a baby. My mom used to come out here when she was a travel agent. And then from there I came out, we moved here when I was 10 years old. And pretty much been here ever since, really.
And you met great people like Carmy.
Of course, yeah. We
went to school together,
went
right?
to
We went
A-level
to
college.
A-level together.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had a social class together.
Yes,
yeah.
we did.
Oh, okay. I won't repeat some of the things that Rob was getting up to in classes.
When I was
that
there.
Carmy told me.
He was really, really sweet. He stood out, poor thing, but he was really, really sweet.
Yeah, it was hard work.
Yeah, and in those days,
actually
you would have been
that was
easy
actually
to
a
stand
transitional
up.
time for me, because I went to A-level with a view to become a veterinarian, and that's what I always wanted to be up until I was maybe 17. And when I got into A-level college and I did maths and chemistry and biology, I realized.
And he took it so hard though, because most people go there for the first year, they expect not to do very well. Rob wanted to do very well.
Well, I
so
didn't
bad.
know. I
Yeah,
did
but
so badly that it was
yeah,
a case
but
of
I
either
know.
repeating the first year or dropping out. And that was the first major decision I took upon myself to say, you know what, I cannot take this on anymore. I was playing with a mate at the time. We were doing a lot of good shows. I was really into my music, and that's when I realized I didn't want to be a vet anymore, and I wanted to be a musician. So
who needs science for that? Thank God.
right.
Yeah, and you've been in St Lucia for yonks.
Yeah,
many,
about,
many years.
26 years now. So.
Wow, that is a lifetime.
Yeah.
And your wife and children?
Well, I would say the best thing that came out of A-level college for me was meeting my wife.
Yes.
You know, and I met Veron at A-level college, and we've been together for the most part ever since. You know, we've had our ups and downs as all relationships do, but
She's a very strong personality.
she is. She's my rock. She really
Yes.
is. You know, and yeah, we've been together for that length of time.
And your children? And your
Yeah,
names
and
and
we
how
have
old
two
are they?
children. My daughter Zanai, she's 11. She's sitting a common entrance this year. She's quite a brain, and definitely doesn't get that from me.
Ron will be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I can
Her
just
good
see
looks,
that.
yeah, okay, maybe a good looks.
So she can make extra routine and she give you your daughter brains.
Right,
I like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Any music coming there from the family?
Yeah,
the
well,
children?
my daughter actually has been playing piano for a couple of years, and even though she's not got the passion for it as such right now, like I didn't when I was really playing music as well, I had to be kicked by my mum and dad to really practice and everything, and so I have to with my daughter as well. But she's very talented. She can, when she puts her mind to anything, really, she really does well. My son, who's 6, he's is he 6? Yes, he's 6.
Oops. That's a man thing.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
excused.
No, he's actually he's actually just started playing drums, and he's got quite a passion for it. So he's been playing drums for a couple of months now, and my drummer in my band, Javid, he's been giving him lessons. So if anybody wants lessons out there, you can check me for Javid, and he's really enjoying it. And my daughter's actually just started steel pan as well. So and that's something that she seems to have a passion for. She's really enjoying it. So. Yeah, I think you know, somewhat musical.
Okay. You know, I just got this question. All of a sudden, I just felt I need to ask Carmy. Can you sing?
No.
That was pretty straightforward.
No, I want to sing. I love to sing. but not recorded.
But you sound like have a voice that you could possibly
You
sing.
would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I've been trying to convince Kitty forever and a day to put me on there. Auto-tune the thing.
Yeah,
Make me a star, man.
we can make you a singer.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's so many international artists who are doing that,
Yeah,
you know.
but
They can't
apparently
sing
I
note,
sound
but
so bad, not even auto-tune could save me.
Oh, dear.
So it's horrible. I love music though.
I like to be a
just
fly on
can't
the
sing.
wall. But let's talk about the music industry in St Lucia. You both come from different avenues.
Yeah,
right?
different.
Yeah, so, I mean, Carmy, what would you say is, what's the state of St Lucia's music industry right now?
I think right now we are in a state of hope, because with from the time the Prime Minister actually had a creative industries ministry, every single artist in St Lucia began to really feel hope, because it was the first time that government actually acknowledged that they were actually going to put a ministry there for artists and to give us a chance to actually make a viable music industry. So we are still right here waiting for this budget to come to see what's going to happen. But just having a ministry there is a statement of interest, a statement of something's going to happen that we hope.
Any come back
Well,
to that one?
I think, you know, we're very young in
Yeah.
terms of our music industry here. There's a lot to learn, a lot to grow. We get asked a lot, you know, what is St Lucia's sound? And it's very difficult to say, because we're right in the middle of Jamaica and Trinidad, who are very prominent in the Caribbean music, whether it's soca or reggae, dancehall. And you know, I don't particularly think it's what is our sound. I think we just got to have some good songs.
Yeah, because we don't have
of
a sound.
Caribbean music.
You can't listen to someone and say that's a St. Lucian song. You really can't.
No, it's just having some good songs, and really right now we're at a stage of we need some good management and marketing.
Yeah,
here in
because
St.
we have the
Lucia.
songs. I mean, if you listen to stuff on the radio that is made in St. Lucia, people sometimes say this is St. Lucian, and that's a genuine feeling.
Yeah.
But we need to get what we need to take it to the next level.
Right, and that leads very nicely to my next question, which I'm going to pose after the break. And don't forget, if you'd like to win Rob's CD, name either the Jamaican song or Jamaican artist on Rob Zai's latest
Both.
album, or
Difficult.
name Rob Zai's 2 latest albums, okay? And to win a double CD set of St. Lucia Soca Gold from Dutch Productions, tell us the name of the monster song that last year placed 3rd in the Groovy Soca Monarch, and how many COT Awards did Courtney Curti Lewis win for his work on the Macho Montana song Jumbie. We'll be right back.